That you, British Dan? Oh, I love you. What if I told you that the most delightful weekday meal is fresh from the garden and can be made with just a handful of simple ingredients? Imagine a dish that combines the nutty aroma of Basmati rice with the protein-packed goodness of chickpeas, creating a symphony of flavors that will leave you craving for more. And that's not all. I'll be sharing one of my favorite ways to cook with sheet pans, filled with vibrant garden vegetables, to make quick work when it's time for dinner. Roasted to perfection, infused with flavors that takes the taste to a whole new level of deliciousness. Welcome to a world where taste meets freshness, and fire alarms go off with every bite. Literally, the fire alarm went off, as usual. I had my friend Alessandro over last week, Spicy Mustache known on YouTube and his other social media channels, but this is the meal I made with some of the goodness that he brought from his garden. And then also a neighbor brought me over a bunch of broccoli from theirs. We first started off with rice. I used the 2-to-1 ratio, 2 cups of water to 1 cup of rice. Always rinse the rice, put it on a boil, lower to a low heat, pop on that cover, just let it do its magic. With the broccoli, I like to trim all the florets right off the stalk, trim the stalk down, save the stalk, and use the stalk. And then for ease, I like to boil the water in the kettle. The one thing over here in England is they have all these kettles, which I'm so happy about. So I just use the kettle water to blanch the broccoli. I let it sit over there on the side. I'll strain it off in a minute while I prep up the rest of these vegetables. And my favorite way to prepare courgette is to cut it in half once, cut it in half again, lengthwise like this. Heat up a cast iron pan, salt the courgette, a little bit of oil in the pan. Sear the bottom side of it. It keeps a crispy skin and super soft and juicy inside when we're done roasting it. And since I have multiple cast iron pans, I like to just rest one on top. It helps keep that sear is even, so there's not just splotchy parts. It's like across the whole thing. And it looks like it needs a couple more minutes. When the broccoli is done soaking, you'll notice the popping, vibrant green color of that broccoli. I just strain it quickly in the sink. The broccoli is drip dry, and over in the sink, I'm going to finish up this courgette and also tackle the onions. So I have one more piece of courgette. I have one onion I quarter cut. I like to sear both facing sides that are cut and caramelize them. It really does drive that flavor and makes a big difference. I love to pan roast the veggies before putting them on a sheet pan. If you want to elevate your food, do this. It's one of the biggest differences I'd noticed between home chefs and real chefs, always building flavors in every single stage. It's super important. Next up, I have some chestnut mushrooms, or cremini, or baby bella as they might call them in the US. But here they call them chestnut mushrooms, brown mushrooms. They're about golf ball size. Adding them right to the hot cast iron pan. And quickly, before I forget, with the broccoli, once it's drip dried, I add it to a bowl, the florets that is, add some of the barbecue flavored nooch, and just toss them to coat evenly, kind of like a popcorn broccoli. And then just add everything to the baking sheet, just like this, beautifully. So now for the mushrooms, I'm just searing off both sides. I left the stems on. I can squish them down with the pan if I need to. But that pan on top helps squeeze some of the water out, and also, again, it creates that even sear, the pan roast that I'm looking for. More color, more flavor. For this, I'm going to add a little bit of sherry. Obviously, be careful at home. I still cook like I'm in a restaurant, and I probably should be a little bit more mindful of that because I'm constantly setting off the fire alarm. As you'll see, it went off for about 5 minutes. I was running around waving towels in front of the fire alarm. Yeah, that's my life. Anything for good flavor, right? A little bit of black pepper on top of these, searing off the sherry. If you don't want to use the alcohol, use a little bit of broth, or don't use any at all. Just use salt and pepper. It's good. I'm popping these right on top of the broccoli. And once you get to this stage, I'm all set. So when I'm ready to serve dinner, I'll just pop this into the oven for 15-20 minutes to heat everything back up and finish it off. So we're done with the cast iron pan now. Super easy cleanup. Literally just rinsed it under some water, add a little bit of oil, wipe it out with the paper towel, and we're done. Always make sure, the pan is still freaking ripping hot, so always make sure to grab that towel and hold it. I'll burn myself, and you learn really quick. For the rice, I'm going to be adding the chickpeas. To the chickpeas, I'm adding some of the garlic and herb flavored nooch. I'll leave the recipe down below if you don't have access to it and how to make your own. We're just going to toss the chickpeas into the nutritional yeast with the herbs, add it right to the rice on top, and let it sit. Cover it up and let it sit. The rice is going to be good to sit around for a good 20-30 minutes if we needed it to, with just a fluff up, stir, The sauce I'm using is a wasabi mayo, and all I did to thin it out a little bit was add a little bit of oat milk. That recipe is on Spicy Mustache's last video where he's growing his own mushrooms and he brought them over here to cook them. This is the meal we're eating while we're editing that episode. I popped these in the oven. They're done. They're perfect. Everything's nice and crispy on the outside, juicy in the middle, perfectly done veg. Nothing is super brown other than the caramelized spots. I liked my vegetables crisp, crunchy still, full of vibrant color, and delicious. Frankie, I just love the way she sits. She's so adorable sitting over there. So I'm going to make one of these bowls for the camera and go take a few snapshots. A good healthy helping of the basmati rice with the chickpeas. Adding the broccoli. It's kind of like a Buddha style bowl. Super healthy. Something I was craving. Didn't feel like doing junk food. Not tonight anyways. Doing a healthy meal. This makes it an excellent weeknight meal. And super filling with plenty of leftovers. And I'm just going to top it with a little bit of that fresh wasabi mayo. It adds that perfect creamy twang to the dish. Loved it. And look at how beautiful this is. Super delicious. Now I gotta pay the tax. This one is the broccoli stem tax. And of course Frankie loves it. She loves pretty much anything I hand her. I hope this is helpful. This is how I cook pretty much every day of the week. It's an easy way to do it. And if you have dinner guests, doing it ahead like this and having it on a sheet pan, all set out and assembled. I'll get into more of this in the future. It works out excellent. Plating up a second bowl. And one thing, I'm going to apologize for the audio on this. I'm trying to figure out, I got a new mic. I'm trying to work with Final Cut now instead of iMovie. Everything I'm learning on my own. Advice from some friends like Alessandro and a couple others, and just watching a ton of other people doing it, how to do it. I need to learn how to do these better. So I appreciate you bearing with me. It will get better. I'm excited to share more content and more recipes. And sometimes it'll just be a quick weekday meal like this. And some other ones will do super cool projects like the cold cut delis that we did a couple weeks ago. Appreciate you guys bearing with me. We did change the name of the channel just to my name, so now I can speak more freely. And yeah, I'm happy about that. And I'm happy about this dish. And I'm happy about Frankie. She's amazing. And I'm going to leave this video with her at the end, just playing around. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you soon. I'm going to try to get another one up by this weekend. Thanks, guys.